Hello everybody, welcome back inside the Update Studio. Tommy Marquez here, and I'm joined now by the fittest man in Nevada and the #1 ranked guy out of the Southwest after the Open, Sean Sweeney. Sean's the owner of CrossFit Power Stroke. Sean, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hey, thank you very much for asking me to come. Love to be here.
So I checked your bio and it says you have a background in rodeo. For those of us who don't know much about the rodeo, what does that entail? What kind of events, and how does that help you in CrossFit?
Well, Tommy, I think it's a lot of brawn and not a lot of brains, to tell you the truth. No, honestly, what it entails is it's a whole bunch of different events. The vast majority are done on horseback. There's some that you do riding bulls, and I'm sure everybody has heard of bull riding. What I did was something called team roping, where you and a partner run out of a chute after a steer, rope its head, turn him, rope his feet for time. So it entails a lot of technical skills, trying to keep calm and collected in a high stress situation, and it's moving for time. I also did some saddle bronc riding, more like saddle bronc falling, to be honest. You get on some really rank horses that buck you off, and you try to stay on for 8 seconds, which was not my specialty, and here we are at CrossFit.
Well, it sounds like that event certainly builds some physical toughness in order to compete.
It absolutely does. The Cowboys have a reputation for being tough, and that's pretty much holds true. I know that's just kind of the way we were raised. I know when I was 13, I was saddle bronc riding and got bucked off and broke my pelvis. And I think my dad told me to rub some dirt in it. And I got on the next event with a broken pelvis, and I had to go team rope, which was less than pleasant. But you can do whatever you want to. You set your mind to it.
That's unreal. It sounds like you're definitely accustomed to fighting through some pain. I know you had a shoulder injury in this off season. Can you tell us what that was and kind of where you're at in the rehab process in terms of getting back to 100%?
It was in June of last year. I was doing some snatching, and everything kind of went right. It was just one of those things where it was just something weird happened, and I tore my labrum. I did not have to have surgery. Luckily, it was kind of I could elect to or not to, and I decided to waive the surgery and just let it heal on its own. And I'm back to great. I've been doing tons of heavy overhead stuff, lots of shoulder intensive things. I've even PR'd my jerk by like 15 pounds. So, I think I'm 100% ready to roll.
Well, your performance in the Open certainly says that. You finished first in the Southwest. What's the biggest difference between you as an athlete from last year to this year?
Absolutely fitter. Everybody's gotten fitter since last year. But the #1 thing is mental, that I feel like helped me out a lot is I'm not coming in feeling like the little guy trying to compete with the big boys. Now, I know that I have what it takes to be there, and I know I deserve that spot, and I'm coming to win it this year. I'm coming for everything, and I know that I can play with the big boys.
Speaking of mental toughness, you finished 6th last year at the South Regional, just 1 spot away from making the games. Where does that finish kind of play out in your mindset and approach to training now?
In the approach training, I keep it in the back of my mind, and of course, it's one of those things where you're so close, and it's that what if I did this, and what if I did just a little better here. And ultimately it boils down to that last little bit that you give every single day in the gym training when nobody's watching. And that's what I've been trying to do, is when I'm feeling the suck in the middle of a workout by myself in my gym, pushing that last little bit, saying, hey, we're not getting 6th this year, bub.
That's great. So in order for 2016 to be a success, what has to happen for you at regionals?
Honestly, for me to go out there and be me. So I'm kind of a goofy, happy-go-lucky guy, and the first day of regionals last year, I was in, I think, 25th spot, and I was taking everything, trying to be so serious and not having any fun, and I was ended day 1 in 25th, and I was like, what is happening? What's going on? And my dad told me, listen, you need to be you. You are not you right now. You're not having fun. You're not laughing. You're not flirting with judges. Nothing like that's going on. And so I went out, and at the end of day 2, I moved up to 5th. And, some of it was kind of funny, some of the commentating and stuff on the regionals saying, hey, this guy's not even taking it seriously. And I was laughing, talking to Boz during my GHDs, and kind of flirting with the judges and having a good time. And that's what it's all about. You've got to keep your personality and have fun while doing it. And that's what I aim to do this year.
I see your affiliate banner right behind you, and I actually know your coach, Jacob Sipkin, personally. He told me I have to ask you, how did you come up with that name for your affiliate?
Oh, of course he did. Of course he did. I actually named it after my diesel truck, the Ford Power Stroke. So you got to have the right year, 97 F350, the 7.3 liter, that's the way to go. Everything else is okay. The new ones are good, but we like the 7.3.
Sounds like you're a country boy through and through then.
Well, apparently you could say that. I just like a power stroke.
Well, who doesn't, Sean? Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate taking the time, and we'll be cheering you on at the South Regional.
Thank you very much, Tommy.
You can catch Sean and the rest of the South Regional athletes throwing down at regionals. We'll have all of the coverage at our game site at games.crossfit.com.